myself, I'm Dr. Atul. I'm the Division Director of Toastmasters International, so looking after the District 114, which is parts of Kenya, the whole of Ethiopia, the whole of Tanzania. So I'll be speaking today, as we see, it's about decisions making under uncertainty, our soft skill toolkit for the fintech era. So how many of you think soft skills is really important? So how many of you think really leadership is the key? Leadership is for everyone, and we all should know leadership. So yes, we all do leadership, we all do technical skills till the age of 21 or 24. Maybe we are studying our bachelor's, we are studying our master's, or we are studying our PhD. But after then what? We are going for employment, we are doing business. But how do you find growth in that? Because we are stagnant. Maybe we studied 10 years back, or 5 years back, or 7 years back, or 20 years back. What is the growth that you are really doing? It's a time we have to introspect ourselves. And you see, how many of you know AI, artificial intelligence? At least we have heard the name AI, right? Yeah. So similarly, the world is changing at great speeds. Yesterday there was a new technology, now there's another technology, but we should always have decisions making under uncertainty, a soft skill toolkit. So the importance of soft skills. We all are having fintech professionals, we are in fintech or technology in one way or another. That is the technical skill we have, but what about the soft skills? So the era of persistence in fintech era, the era of uncertainty in fintech. Economic uncertainty is now defining future. Consumer confidence remains low despite stable headlines. That's the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index, which is 54 in Jan 2026. Fintech professionals face ambiguity in markets, regulations, and technology every day. Navigating this requires more than technical skills. It demands sharp decision making under uncertainty. See, we are having, as our previously we had a presentation about finance. We had different presentations. Some of them are saying that the costs are really high. Some of them are saying that the regulations for crypto is not there. So that are the changes, and you don't know. Today it is legal, or today it is there, but we never know how is it tomorrow. What are the new technologies? What is the new government regulations all over the world? So we should know how to adapt it. We should know how to lead it. But how are you going to lead it? Will you go panic? You're leading companies. We are leading stock exchanges. We are leading the financial framework. How if you yourself are panicked, how are you going to communicate to your team? It's a moment we should all think. What are the skills required while leading a difficult situation or hard situations? Or how are you going to communicate change to your company, to your employees, to your colleagues? Let's see why decision making under uncertainty matters. Because uncertainty is not what we thought, is not what we thought will happen or think it will come. But we had to go through it. It was informed choices. Leaders often decide without full information. Waiting for certainty is impact and risky. Maybe certain technologies are valid in the Western world, but they're not yet approved in the African economies. But we are thinking, maybe it might be done because some of the developed countries that approved it, we will do it. But we'll see a big regulation coming from the government saying this is not allowed. So we get panicked. And there's a risk mitigation. Poor handling handling of uncertainty leads to hidden risks, overcommitment, and missed opportunities. In our life, 10 minutes before, who thought electricity would go? Did you think? Did you think? Or did you think? We never thought that electricity will go 10 minutes back. We never thought there will be an issue in our speakers. We never thought, but there was uncertainty. And our MC, the host, he managed it. He told us that there is an issue, and this is how, please excuse us for 5 to 10 minutes. So handling that uncertainties was having communication. You could see MC was having the communication. He dealt the situation very warm, very cool, and handling tough situations and communicating it to the respective people. And similarly, even in the fintech companies and the technology companies we are having, and with AI, many tech companies are getting exploited, or many tech companies are getting expired. So in that circumstance, we need to communicate change. We should not fear. We should communicate what is the risk and communicate with trust and confidence. And that is where the soft skills come in picture. And quality over outcome. Sound decisions focus on quality of the process, not just outcome. That is very powerful. We should all start developing, because there are situations that are tough. When we hear one of our family members passes away, or one of our loved ones are suffering with illness, we panic. Do we not panic? But while having emotional intelligence, while having the strong heart and the communication and the strong soft skills, that can really help to communicate to your family members in a loving way and not in a panic way. So let us see the core frameworks and to navigate uncertainty in the age of fintech. So you should always have a decision trees. When a decision is happening, what kind of decision are you taking? How it will affect the company, how it will affect the organization, how it will affect the people who are trusting you. So you should have the visualization of choices of events. You should have the simulation. What if the most bad tragedy happens to your company? Okay, and calculate the expected values. So that when you have a pre-built session, or you have existing problems already on a simulation, you know what to communicate, you know what to speak, you know how to tell, so that the fear, so that the excuses, so that the panic reduce. And you should have a scenario planning. You should have what-if scenarios. This is for everyone, not only fintech, be it banks, be it stock exchanges, be it any financial institution or technological institutions. What if there is a very hard situation? How are we going to plan? What is the mitigation? What is the disaster recovery planning? Develop multiple plausible futures and prepare flexible strategies so that you could come out of that outcome. And probabilistic reasoning. Think in likelihoods and confidence levels and not binary right or wrong. That means we're not thinking like a computer. A computer thinks in binary. It's zeros and ones. But ourselves, we need to think by wisdom, by values, by humanity, and how their families will survive. These tools help fintech leaders make smarter, adaptable decisions in volatile environments. So don't forget the decision trees, the scenario planning, the probabilistic reasoning. And in today's world, if you want to grow, everything is soft skills. Many of them have degrees, many of them have doctorates, many of them have CPAs, many of them have masters. But why only few are being successful in this world? Why few in Tanzania are being successful? Because the soft skills that leads them. Another day I was talking to a $1 billion company CEO from South Africa. I asked him 2 skills. Why, at such a young age, how did he become the CEO of a $1 billion company? He He told me two things. One is leadership, another is presentation skills. That small presentation skills helped him to be the CEO of a billion-dollar company. His age was just 37. He used to tell me that whenever I was told to report, whenever I was asked to present, I used to present in small slides. I used to give the whole picture in small information. And whenever I used to present, the respective hierarchical team used to like it. And his communication was perfect. And he used to speak well, he used to communicate well. You know, it is said, we just need 4 skills in life to grow. One is speaking, one is reading, another is listening, the other one is writing. When you can have these 4 skills, whether you're an employment or whether you're an employer, you are perfect at your level. As said, excellence is infinity. So, and perfection is also infinity. So we drive excellence and perfection to the maximum limits. So that's where leadership, communication play a key role in the age of fintech. You can have a decision velocity, that is the new competitive edge. Markets are moving at machine speed. Decision velocity, the ability to sense, decide, and act rapidly is crucial. You can ask anyone or any great leader, they always say decision making is one of the most powerful tools that is made into the highest levels. You know, in tough times, you need to take the best decision. So, taking decisions at a panic level or at uncertainty level and to salvage the company and to save from the circumstances or emergency, you need to have a tough decision velocity, the speed, and it should be perfect. It's not that you just take any decision and then you work up. You should make it perfect, you know. AI enables, artificial intelligence enables faster data processing, but human judgment and uncertainty remains key. Artificial intelligence is a tool to be used by the leaders. It's not just a decision by itself, but when you're having the leaders, they use the decision making by using AI tools. How can it really help? By using the new technology frontiers to make it done. Fintech firms embedding AI into decision flows gains structural advantage through rapid or informed choices. So always while taking decision making, make sure you're using the most advanced tools. Maybe your consultants, maybe the new softwares available, and the AI, quantum technologies. Well, it's a technology, as a leader, you have to use it and make it happen. You know, decisions is very important in life. What you want to become? What if had your job lost? So you need to also know that in the time you have a family of 4, 1 wife and 2 children, but I'm not sure if you have another wife, but just imagine you have 1 wife and 2 children, and suddenly you're the bread and butter of the family, and suddenly you have a job loss. And you have a monthly expense of 2 to 3 million per month. How are you going to handle this tough time? How are you going to handle the time or the situation? How are you going to handle this uncertainty? So these are the uncertainty which you can plan in your personal life, and the same way when you're having in your part of your company or a bank or a fintech, how are you going to handle uncertainties? What about the tough times? Let us make a simulation. Human side, communication and leadership in uncertainty. Clear communication. Complex decisions require clear communication, stakeholder assignments, and leadership presence. For example, a company which is having a $2 million revenue and suddenly gets a bankrupt or suddenly gets into problems, and you're having 500 people or 100 people working under you,